Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and welcome to this quick news update. In this episode I'm just going to be talking quickly about the news that we received over the last 24 hours regarding the next installment in the live action Transformers movie franchise. And you know, typically I don't really make videos about news anymore because I feel like, you know, I can't really make much in a video that I couldn't sum up in a tweet, but given the fact that this is Transformers and a franchise that is very near and dear to my heart, I wanted to make a little video on it. So we finally have some news regarding the next Transformers live action film coming from Paramount, and it seems like we finally have a director for the next film. Now, in the last 6 months or so, we have seen some movement from Paramount in regards to this film and what they're doing with it. Specifically, we had two scripts from two different writers. We had a script from Joby Harold, who has been writing in Hollywood for a long time now, and also a script from James Vanderbilt, who also similarly has been writing for a while. Both of those two gentlemen had wrote different scripts for a Transformers project, and it was actually decided fairly recently that the Joby Harold script is the one that's going to be going into production and will be then made into a film, which will release likely in 2022 or maybe 2023 by this point. Now, according to a report from Deadline, following a lengthy search, Paramount Pictures and Hasbro Studios have set Steven Caple Jr. to direct the new Transformers picture in the reinvented universe. Insiders add while negotiations have yet to begin, he is the top choice among studio execs and producers, and a deal should close in the coming weeks. After meeting with several top execs, including Paramount Motion Picture President Emma Watts, the studio saw Caple as the best fit for the franchise that the studio chose to revamp at the top of the year. In January, the studio made the decision to give the entire franchise a revamp by having two simultaneous scripts that are in active development, one by James Vanderbilt and one by Joby Harold. Harold's film eventually would be chosen as the next installment in the franchise, and once he had given his final touches on the script at the end of the summer, the studio began taking director pitches on the next film. Now, as you guys know, I'm a huge Transformers fan. It's just a franchise I'm extremely close to, and even the Michael Bay films is kind of where my love for Transformers started, and I absolutely adore each and every one of the Michael Bay Transformers films. So to get a new installment in the Transformers franchise is very exciting. Now, it is interesting to know that obviously this next Transformers film that we're getting, directed by Steven Caple Jr., or likely to be directed by Steven Caple Jr., isn't going to be a continuation of the Michael Bay series. This isn't going to be, you know, Transformers 6. This isn't going to be a continuation from Transformers The Last Night. This is going to be a whole new thing. Now, the two scripts that were in production was Beast Wars and also a continuation of the Bumblebee franchise. The Beast Wars script was written by James Vanderbilt, and Joby Harold produced the Bumblebee sort of continuation script. And based on this report from Deadline, it is saying that they have gone for the Joby Harold script. So this film is going to be a continuation, likely, of Bumblebee, whether that's a direct sequel or just a new Transformers film in general set in that universe. Now, this is very exciting for me because as much as I love the Michael Bay Transformers films, I also love the Bumblebee film as well, directed by Travis Knight. I thought that was a wonderful homage to Transformers in the 80s and the G1. I thought it was just a phenomenal film, genuinely made me cry on multiple points, and I thought it was such a heartfelt film, so lovely and full of adventure. So if we're going to get a continuation of that, I'm very happy. And also from where Transformers Bumblebee ended, we did actually see that obviously Bumblebee and Prime were reunited on Earth. And with that, the whole load newer Transformers came down from Cybertron, sort of setting up the next film. So it seems like the news is that we have a new Transformers film coming, which is going to be a sequel or a continuation to 2018's Bumblebee, and will be directed by Steven Caple Jr. Now, what's my thoughts on Steven Caple Jr.? Well, I don't really know him too well. All I know is that he did direct Creed 2, and that's the only film of his that I have seen. And Creed 2 I really liked. I thought that film was great. Not quite as good as Creed 1. I still like Creed 1 a little bit more than Creed 2. But I thought Creed 2 was a fantastic sequel, and I absolutely loved it. I had a great time watching it back in 2018 when it came out. So I think he's going to be a really cool choice to direct something like this. And I feel like, obviously, with him, a director of his stature, he's going to absolutely go after a Transformers film. You know, I think he would absolutely kill for a gig like this. And I think that the continuation, you know, doing something like Bumblebee, you know, Bumblebee gave Travis Knight a great platform, and now I think this could be the same thing for Steven Caple Jr. I think he could really benefit from doing a live-action Transformers film. Now, when's the movie going to come out? Well, like I said, it was originally slated for 2022 by Hasbro, and that could still happen if the film gets fast-tracked into production. However, given COVID and everything like that, it is likely that the film could be pushed back to 2023, so we could see that happen, especially because obviously these films have such a large visual effects budget and so much post-production and stuff like that outside of the main shoot. So I think that overall, this is really exciting news. Again, I love the idea of Steven Caple Jr. directing a Transformers film, and just the fact that we're getting a new Transformers film in general is incredibly hyped for me, because I love Bumblebee, and if we're getting a sequel to that, which according to this report, that's what it's going to be, then I couldn't be happier. I mean, of course, I would still love, from the bottom of my heart, I would still love to see a sequel to Transformers The Last Knight, and I would love Michael Bay to come back to do one final film to truly wrap up his series, his saga, if you will. You know, I would love to see that happen, and they could bring back so many of the original cast members and stuff like that. I think it'd be great. I just don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So I'm very much more than happy to have a sequel or continuation of the Bumblebee franchise with Steven Caple Jr. at the helm. So what do you guys think about this news? Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited about this, or were you more excited about the Beast Wars film? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you want to see more news videos, movie reviews, and everything else in between, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads from me. And I hope to see you guys again next time.